Good evening. So we are at St. Clair West Subway Station, and the last time I was here was to attend the Salsa Festival, which was over that way. But today we're going to be making our way towards Dupont Subway Station, and while we're doing that, we should come across one of the most iconic Toronto landmarks, Casa Loma. And it was built in the early 1900s by an entrepreneur because he wanted a castle, and I think he made his money through electricity, and he had a power company, but building Casa Loma bankrupted him, so the city bought it. So yeah, I've never been on this side of St. Clair Avenue, so it would be interesting to see what it's like. Nice apartment buildings here. Very convenient if you're living in these buildings. Subway station is just a few minutes of walk away. And I believe this is a streetcar that runs between St. Clair West and the St. Clair station, which is on Yonge. So we'll be turning right from Spadina Avenue. Lot of apartments and condos around this part of the town. I haven't seen any detached or single family homes yet. There is no vacancy here, so two-bedroom apartments. They should be a bit more reasonably priced. They don't look that new. As you can see, we can see the skyline from over here. As we get closer to Casa Loma, we should be able to go up a set of stairs from where we can do a from where we can get a really nice view of the Toronto skyline. That building looks pretty old and probably looks like it's rent controlled. It's not that cold outside. It's around 6 to 7 degrees Celsius, and that with the wind chill it's around 2 to 3 degrees. So for this part of the year, pretty nice weather to walk out on. I believe this is a Sir Winston Churchill Park. That's an interesting set of stones placed over there with a lot of sand. That's a woman chasing after her dog who doesn't probably want to go back home. So looks like they're having a great time. I think we're finally coming to part of the area where you can find homes. I think, is that a home? It looks like one. It's pretty massive as well, with a garden as well. So nice massive houses here on one side and the Churchill Park on the other. It doesn't look very nice at this time of the year, but in the summers and in the fall it should look pretty decent. Someone still has their Christmas decorations up. So that's the new home that's going up. You can see the structure. I wonder what the house looked like, the one that was demolished to make way for this new house or new structure. I wonder if that's a gated community. You don't see a lot of those here in Toronto, but that might be one.
Like, I wasn't nervous, that's what I mean.
Very quiet, peaceful part of the city, and you can see the sunset out in the distance. Looks like someone has a massive greenhouse here too. So we're definitely in the richer part of the city, and I think we're making our way towards Casa Loma. This is the first time I've seen Casa Loma, Toronto's only castle. Oh, okay. And this is the Spadina Museum, historic house and garden. So maybe this isn't privately owned then. There it is, Toronto's very own castle. Okay, so this place, Spadina house, was built by the founder of Dominion Bank, which is called TD these days, and in 1866. So this is a pretty old building, and again very well maintained. So they have a special exhibit here as well. I think we're coming to that point where we can get a pretty decent view of the Toronto skyline. So I think you can even see the lake from here. So you can see the lake as well out in the distance, and You can see a pretty decent view of Toronto. As you can see, there's the iconic CN Tower, and here we have another landmark, Casa Loma. So I'll try to make my way. It's very muddy, so I have to be careful. Apparently there's this, is that a trail? Seems to me like a death trap, to be honest. Better stay away from there. So as you can see the Toronto skyline. I wonder if I can have a look at the Mississauga skyline as well. There's the CN Tower in all of its glory, and yeah, it's a pretty decent view of the city. So yeah, my shoes are going to be pretty muddy, but I can see pretty much all the major Toronto buildings from here. So I'm gonna make my way here before we make our way down the stairs. Alright, so as you can see, we can see the lake from here as well as the Toronto skyline. It's so we can see the sunset, and we're gonna make our way down the stairs then. And we're gonna continue walking on Spadina Avenue, and if you keep going on that, you're gonna walk to Spadina Station, and then eventually you're gonna get to Toronto's Chinatown, one of the two, the bigger of the two, the more popular of the two. And yeah, so yeah, that place had a pretty steep fall, so better be careful around here. So we are walking down the stairs, and I can see them being very tricky when it's just above freezing after it's rained or snowed, because then the snow melts and, well, freezes, and this is a death trap. So someone forgot their jacket here. Interesting color. So let's continue to make our way down, and yeah, so that's Toronto's castle. A cautionary tale about not spending huge amount of money on vanity projects. So we're going to continue walking until we reach Dupont Station, and then we're going to end the video over there. Still a pretty nice view of the Toronto skyline from here, and a really nice sunset as well. again a very quiet, nice part of the town. And is that a mosque? Or is that just curious architecture? Let me have a look. Don't see a lot of those very often when walking around. Oh, that's City of Toronto's archive building. So no. Well, the sign is there. Really, I didn't need to look up on Google Maps, but I did. So that's an interesting sort of structure. It's getting colder now as the sun sets, and it's still pretty. There's a lot of light out there, and it's not uncomfortable to walk, but it's starting to get a little bit chillier. That is the Harry Potter and the Cursed Child play that's in town. Firstly, as a long time Potterhead, I'm not a fan of the so-called 8th book. I think if you involve time travel into any storyline, you run the risk of invalidating everything that has happened before, and it's very tricky to kind of, have a plot that makes sense, and as a result you end up with a pretty terrible story. There are a lot of paradoxes. There's a good reason why there are a lot of time travel fiction out there, and it's very rarely used. A lot of paradoxes as well. So we are at the Dupont Subway Station, and this is where we're going to end our video. Hope everyone liked it. If you liked it, you have some feedback, please let me know. Please spread the word around, and have a great rest of your day, evening, afternoon, whatever.